Welcome to Dalian, everyone. We are finally here. Random shopkeeper gave us some watermelon. Oh, it's so cute. Ah!
But I'm not good at aggressively rejecting people.
How?
No, because I don't know what is that.
Some things it's better not to know.
We're Katherine and Aysajan, an American and Uyghur couple on a journey across North China on our two trusty steeds. Everyone keeps asking, and no, they're not electric. We raw dog every hill with zero help because we like to suffer for our art. Just kidding, guys, we're not suffering. Dalian bikes are great. We began chapter 1 of our journey at Xingkai Lake on the China-Russia border, and we ended it at Changbai Mountain on the China-North Korea border. So far, we have explored about 800 kilometers worth of random villages and forests and mountains and cornfields. We've been offered fruit and cigarettes by countless friendly strangers, observed our mysterious hermit neighbor from across the river, traversed tiger habitat and made it out in one piece. It has been a very fruitful adventure indeed, and now it is time for chapter 2, the journey from coastal Liaoning to the grasslands of Inner Mongolia. From obscure coastal villages to cliffs and tide pools to the bottom of the sea, we're going to show you guys a little bit of everything, good and bad.
We are finally here at the Changbai Mountain train station. We are about to take these two beautiful folding bikes on the train with us to our next destination, which is Dalian. And that is the answer to everyone's question of like, why do I insist on bringing folding bikes? Why not bring like a regular bike? Because I want the flexibility of being able to put this on a train, on a bus, in a car, whatever. There's just one rule about bringing these on the train is usually they will ask you to cover them with something so the wheels don't get anything dirty.
Goodbye, Timo.
Just arrived in Liaoning. First impressions, very flat, insanely, ridiculously flat. Another thing, the villages here aren't cute anymore. Like Jilin was really good at creating cute, aesthetically pleasing villages, and in Liaoning, that's not really the vibe. It's not as cute and charming as Jilin, but hey, not everyone can be on that level, you know? We're here! We have arrived in Dalian, the biggest city yet of our journey. So I actually really like Dalian because the city to ocean ratio is very optimal here. It is a peninsula. We're here on the beach, and as you can see, it's rocks and not sand. Every beach you go to in Dalian, you'll get to see something a little bit different depending on the local landforms. And I think that is so cool. And I genuinely really love that aspect of Dalian. I just wish the scammers would go away. 这照片是哪里拍的呀？
在海里潜水拍的。
哪里的海啊？
潜水俱乐部。
哪里的海啊？
就在这个海。
你们骗谁呢？不是你们为什么用别的地方的照片呀？你们用大连的照片不行吗？
就是这个照片。
大连没有珊瑚礁呀。
怎么没有？
Dalian is a rock and kelp ecosystem literally thousands of kilometers away from any place that could possibly have coral. And yet, these scammers are around every corner, trying to convince you that this is what you will see if you plop into the water in the bay.
这个在哪里拍的呀？
西海工厂。
大连的海拍的这个。
对对对。
你自己下水过吗？
我不下水。
那你宣传个毛呀！所有海报里面这个最过分。
这个没有一样的，我们打广告宣传的，就宣传了你这一
是你们就。
Some of these guys seem to be newcomers who were just reciting their lines and had not yet been berated by a disappointed customer. Others were seasoned veterans who got cranky if you asked too many questions. Anyway, I'm not trying to blame any specific employee. Just as someone trying to enjoy an evening stroll, I found the barrage of scam posters to be annoying.
We're in a restaurant right now waiting for our food, and I'm like going through the reviews on this dive shop because we have beef now. We have beef. Put this on your poster.
Actually, the point I'm trying to make isn't that you can't scuba dive in Dalian and see cool stuff. You can, and I'm about to show you. The reason these scammers annoy me so much is that they lure you in with a photo of somewhere thousands of kilometers away, and then they drop you right off the shore in the bay, where you will see absolutely nothing because the visibility is low from boats and waves. The thing is, even on its best day, in the most undisturbed condition, a northern seabed just cannot possibly look like this. But Dalian has its own unique ecosystem that is also worth protecting and experiencing. You just have to find the right people to take you to see it.
We're finally going scuba diving, y'all.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's my second time. diving. Let's go.
We are gonna have to get on a boat and go all the way to this island. This is where the superior diving is. This is where all the creatures are. I'm so excited.
Anyway, if you're visiting Dalian, be aware the diving conditions are no Bahama bathtub. It's cold, it's rough, visibility's not very high, but you can still see some really cool stuff if you go with a proper dive shop that will take you to an undisturbed ecosystem. And now that we've satisfied our curiosity about the world underwater, it is time to get back on land and carry on with our bike tour.
It's 11 p.m. right now. We're almost to our hotel, but Aysajan has been distracted by a Xinjiang restaurant. The owner recognized us from Douyin and she cooked us some lamb skewers. So wholesome. Rahmat.
There. Get
Amas, erkat berkat yaksu. Aysajan's mother just sent him a message like, get Katherine to stop biking all the time or she's not going to be able to birth offspring. Are we in 2025 right now? What era is this? It's actually the other way around, you know? I'm always getting comments like, easy on Aysajan with the biking, or you're gonna like mash his genetic material producing centers. So we are on the road together for hours and hours every single day, and there's only so many conversation topics that are available before you milk them all dry. But what we can do is practice each other's languages. I'm learning Uyghur, he's learning English. We have all the time in the world to improve our foreign language abilities. But what about you, our beloved viewers? How can you improve your foreign language abilities? With today's sponsor, Migaku.
Migaku is a language learning platform that allows you to take a break from the dry, boring textbooks and learn languages in a much more fun and engaging way, which is enjoying content on your favorite video platforms like Netflix and YouTube. Watch the content you're interested in at your own pace, and Migaku will help you every step of the way, from creating interactive subtitles to generating amazing flashcards.
继续，现在我们5台车继续出发。
But what if you're a beginner and you get overwhelmed by the fast pace of native speakers? No problem. Migaku has all kinds of fun and engaging courses on various levels to help you build a solid foundation and then dive into the content that interests you. It also comes with a super helpful OCR feature in case you run into an unfamiliar character out in the wild. Gone are the days where learning a language is just either sitting in a classroom or reading a textbook. There is so much amazing content on the internet waiting for us to dive into, and I really wish 10 years ago when I had started learning Mandarin, there were tools like this available, because I was watching videos back then too, and let me tell you, it was tough doing all of this by hand, especially when you encounter a character you don't know. But now there's Migaku to help you extract more words and more phrases out of every video you watch to create more effective flashcards and learn in a more fun, interesting, and engaging way. So whether you're learning Mandarin or one of Migaku's other offered languages, I highly recommend you guys check it out. Click the link below if you're interested, and now back to the vlog. The first chapter of our bike tour took place in very remote and sparsely inhabited places. And aside from Nanjing, we barely saw a single Uyghur restaurant the entire way. But in a super urbanized area like Dalian, Xinjiang restaurants are everywhere, and Aysajan is in paradise.
So Aysajan has a relative who opened the Xinjiang restaurant here, and he also met someone else with a Xinjiang restaurant. So we're going to 2 Xinjiang restaurants this morning, and we just got some fruit to offer them. this uncle is selling figs on the side of the road, and Aysajan's like, those look different than the figs in my hometown. Let me show you. And he's showing this guy what Xinjiang figs look like. Arrived at restaurant number 1. Love the selfie of the owner on the sign. Wow. We have not had Xinjiang pilaf in forever. Bismillah. Shabdo. Here we are at the second restaurant. This one's actually owned by one of Aysajan's relatives, some distant cousin. They're pouring us hot tea, even though it is hot as the depths of hell outside. Sick.
Amerika'nın paytaxtı mı deyir ha?
Amerika'nın ne?
Paytaxtı.
Shoudu.
Ha.
So the owner asked me if I want any more noodles, and I was like, no thanks, I'm full. And she was like, have more noodles. And I was like, no thanks, I'm full. And then she was like, noodles. And I was like, I don't know what to do in this situation. Like, I'm just not good at aggressively rejecting people. So eventually, she realized that I wasn't putting up much of a fight, so I must actually still be hungry and want more noodles. So she took my bowl back in the kitchen and got me a whole another serving of noodles. She's like, eat the noodles. I'm like, girl, I said I was full, but I didn't say it aggressively enough. You have to be more aggressive and proactive, and I'm just not. Like, you want me to have the thing that badly? Okay. I'll have the thing, you know? Aysajan's having a food baby. Eat it. Listen, y'all, I've been to a lot of Uyghur restaurants, and this one is definitely the most uniquely decorated. Like, it has the usual rugs and hats and like typical Uyghur stuff, but for some reason they also have Pinterest style beer bottle things on the walls, like the kind of stuff you would see in like a college tiki bar, those kind of tacky little things. And over here we got beer and a grenade. They have all these animal skins and deer antlers and stuff. Like, the combination of these 3 elements is something I don't think I've seen anywhere else on earth. Anyway, after 3 authentic Uyghur meals within the space of 12 hours, Aysajan was finally satiated, and we continued on our journey.
Y'all, I love this park. The way it's designed, you feel like you're looking into a terrarium, like watching all the people below and seeing what they're doing. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo book. Like, every time you look down there, there's some other interesting little thing happening. And someone has set out some veggies, like a little mini market here. So if you're feeling in the mood for like a radish or something, you can just come pick it up right here. Shopkeeper just gave us some watermelon. You really never know what you'll find on these random roads. This place might look like your average little industrial suburb, but actually, there's nightlife here too, underneath the highway bridge. Dinner is our old friend, Lanzhou noodles. I asked before ordering the green pepper noodles, is it spicy? Is it bell peppers or is it hot peppers? And they said it's not spicy. Yeah, they got us good, man. These are hot peppers. Oh well, that's life.
你会说英语吗？
Aysajan made a friend.
你
Curious child.
你跟姐姐说几句英语吧。
可以。
9, 10对吧？主播。那我现在教你英语呗，从1到10，你可以跟着我读吗？1。
不想这样，我心里面念。
不想练习英语了？
没有人想大半夜的让小朋友做作业。
不是大半夜。
好的，那你那个。Aysajan got a snack.
I don't know how to say in Chinese or English, so guys, what is that?
It's a little crispy braid thing. And now we are finishing our last hour of today's route in the darkness. We have arrived at our hotel. Check out this lobby. This is probably like the bougiest looking hotel we've stayed at since we began our journey. And because we're on the outskirts of Dalian, this place is super cheap.
We didn't actually end up spending any time in the boring industrial zone because the very next morning we headed straight to the cliffs and tide pools. Well, actually, what should have been a 3-hour journey ended up taking us all day because we just could not stop going on detours.
I'm not sure if anyone even cares, but I felt compelled to share with you guys that I found something else that the picky eater likes. It is this Dalian brand of sauerkraut fish. He loves it so much. We've had it 3 times since we got here to Dalian. We were just biking through here. We weren't even gonna stop. And he was like, oh my gosh, they have that. I want it. After 2 days of biking through Dalian, we have finally reached the edge of the city. Look at this, an empty field.
Cool, bro.
You guys opened a coffee shop? 牛逼。
牛逼！
We just biked down from that mountain over there, and we're here at the beach.
No, because I don't know what is that.
Some things it's better not to know.
This is Golden Pebble Beach. It's nice, but the main reason we came here isn't even for the beach. It is for the cliffs and the tide pools.
Everyone's out here in the tide pools looking around for teeny little guys. And I found a bunch right here. There's little teeny fish. Look. Aren't they the cutest thing ever? Hand for scale. I see one. I see a tiny, tiny fish. Oh, it's so cute! Ah!
Tiny, tiny fish, so cute.
I know a lot of people like to come to the tide pools and like catch little guys and put them in buckets and put them in plastic bottles to look at them. But honestly, the best way to observe them is just to sit here quietly and watch them in their own home where they're not scared and they're not disturbed and they're not stressed out. Because like the minute you catch them and throw them in a bottle, like yeah, you got what you wanted, you get to look at the thing up close, but it's miserable and stressed. So like what's the point? These little guys have a very complex habitat here. Like you might just think it's a little puddle, but actually it's part of the wider ecosystem. It's part of the entire ocean. There are so many nutrients and things that are like sweeping in and out of here with the tides. So literally just leave them alone, appreciate them in the wild. They're not scared as long as you don't like start flipping their rocks over and start disturbing their habitat. And look, they're all right here. They're like swarming around. They're not scared of me at all. There are little guys everywhere. I love tide pools. They're so cool.
As much as we love the picturesque mountain villages of Heilongjiang and Dalian, we also felt the northeast section of our bike tour would not be complete without some of Dalian's unique coastal scenery, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Overall, we had a great time here, but unfortunately I have to say that the scammers negatively impact the experience, and so does the water pollution.
In all these years in China, I am always like observing water pollution issues because that's what I studied for my master's degree. And I have found ever since around like 2017, 2018, the issue of raw sewage being dumped into waterways has improved drastically, like massively, even in like really tiny places, even in like traditionally poor provinces. Like this problem has improved so much. Most of the country, they have their shit together, excuse the pun. And yet here is Dalian. Get it together, bro.
Dalian is a beautiful place with incredible natural resources, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but I think it deserves better than this. 希望大连相关部门能够行动起来处理一下这些问题，让游客们留下更美好的回忆，也最好的保护这里的生态。Anyway, despite some annoyances, this landscape has been one of the highlights of our North China bike tour. The cliffs, the tide pools, the golden pebble beaches, it really stands out from other seaside cities I've been to in the past. And as a decade-plus diving hobbyist, it was great to finally check a new type of ecosystem off my list. In the next video, we'll be heading northwest towards Inner Mongolia, and I can't wait to share our experience in rural Dalian with you. Make sure to subscribe so you can join us for the rest of our journey, and I will see you in the next vlog.